When it comes to writing, Arabic is a highly artistic language. There are so many ways you could write the same letter. That's why sometimes learning the generic writing of the alphabet may not be enough to understand many texts or handwritten scripts. Today I'll show you the most frequently used variations of Arabic writing for these letters, for both standardized and handwritten variations. And the first rule we're going to learn today is that the double dot will always be replaced by a dash, while the triple dot will be replaced by the caret or the hat symbol. The first set of letters that we're going to talk about today is the Jim, Ha, and Kha. And we're talking about all these letters together because the only difference between them is just the placement of the dot. Normally, you're going to write the Ha in the middle of the word like that, but you could also write it like this. This is one variation of the Ha in the middle of the word. When it comes to handwritten variations, the Ha will look like that, and the shape is derived from the original form of the Ha. So this is where it comes from. Next is the letters Sheen and Sheen. Again, the rules that apply to the one will apply to the other. And the shape of the Sheen can be replaced by a long dash, as you can see. So the word like safe could be written like that. As you can see, the double dot of the ya has been replaced by the dash. Another example, as-sama could be written like so and will be completely correct. The same rules apply to the Sheen, but of course you can replace the triple dot with the caret, or you could completely do without the dots by adding a small dash at the end of the letter. And if you do that, you don't have to write or to use the triple dots on the top of the letter. So the word ghash could be written in two different ways when it comes to handwritten variations, and both of them will be completely correct. Next are the letters Ain and Ghain, and when it comes to the Ain or Ghain at the end of the word, we could see these two variations when it comes to the standardized variations. And when it comes to handwritten ones, they will look like that in the middle of the word. Also, at the end of the word, you can see a slight difference between how the shape of the Ain will look like, but it still has the same function. Next up is the Qaf. And the double dot or the dash on top of the Qaf could be replaced with the small dash at the end of the letter, as you can see. And the word alaq is written without dots at all or dashes, and it still is a correct writing. The next letter is Kaf. And Kaf in the middle of the word has so many different variations. I'm using 3 of them. And all of them have the same characteristic, but they look a little bit different. But all of them are the kaf in the middle of the word. At the end of the word, however, the handwritten variations look a little bit different than the original variation, but this is what it looks like when people write it down. Next is the letter mim. A mim has several variations when it comes at the beginning of the word. And when it comes in the middle of the word, it has similar variations, especially if one meme follows the other. Like in the word mimma, it looks like that. Double meme, they follow one another. And in the word Muhammad, as for the end of the word, there is also some variations. They look similar, but they are all meme. Next is the letter Noon, and Noon has only handwritten variations in this case, that's that we're going to talk about. And the variation will do without the dot on top of the Noon by using the small dash at the end or the attachment you put at the end of the letter to indicate that this letter has a dot or double dot on top of it. Next up is the Ha, and Ha is a letter that has several variations when it comes to standardized writing. And in the Quran, there are several uses of the Ha, especially in the middle of the word. They look like that. And when it comes to handwritten variations, it looks a little bit different. And this is an example that starts with meme and then noon, ha, and mim. Another famous variation for the ha at the end of the word, which makes use of replacing this shape with the other, so the word Allah could be written in these two ways, which is the same letter at the end. Next and last is the letter ya, and ya or ya maqsura, which is pronounced like alif, could both be replaced by this shape. Also, the double dot of the ya could be replaced by the dash like we learned at the beginning of the video. Now I'm going to give you an example sentence that you're going to try to read on your own, and then I'm going to tell you how you should read this sentence. Of course, we use several of the rules that I explained in this lesson, so you try to apply them in this sentence. So the sentence reads, أكل جاري كل الطعام المتبقي مني أمس. And the sentence means, yesterday, my neighbor ate all the remaining food. As for the practice of this lesson, I'm going to give you an example that I want you to try and write it in the comments below and try to decipher my handwriting. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's lesson. If you liked the video or learned anything from it, subscribe, like, and share the video for other people to learn from it. Thanks for watching.